one more minute of bullshitting and then
No,
we start recording.
let's.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Dice That Bind Us. It's a wonderful, kooky, crazy D&D show that has just wrapped up some serious shit that's been happening, and I'm so stoked to be jumping back to the action after the wrap-up of our first major story arc that has been recorded on the show. Crazy times afoot, guys. We're making milestones. Mm-hmm. My name is Alex. I'm the DM of these lovely, lovely nerds that surround me. I use he, him pronouns, and I play all of the characters. Well, most of the characters that you'll meet through this game that are not played by these lovely individuals currently surrounding me.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
My name is Dash. I use they, them, their pronouns, and I play Lysander Elias, the Furbolg Paladin to Sylvanas, and Lysander uses he or they pronouns.
Hi, my name's Ian. I play Tepartos III, the Furbolg Dwarven, still not sure, cleric of Sylvanas, and the two of us both use he, him, his pronouns.
Hi there, I'm Rob, and I play a Nook, the druid, the Goliath druid, that we both use he, him pronouns most of the times, but Anouk uses pronouns. Sometimes they're not he, him.
Hello, my name is Zach. I play Tumult, the warlock cleric who doesn't use too much cleric, and I wear a hood.
You say as you don't wear a hood.
And pronouns!
Because no one else is wearing a hood, so, you know.
Pronouns, please.
Fine. Well, and what are
there we go.
Pronouns?
And we use he, him pronouns.
Oh god, the ponytail makes this a mess.
This is my final form.
Hi, I'm Devin. I use he pronouns, and I play Ileana, the sea elf wizard. Uses she pronouns.
Sorry, that was actually getting a little bit uncomfortable for me. Hi, I'm Azradeth. I play Temp Bard, the human bard / fighter now, and we'll see what else happens in the future. And we both use they, them pronouns.
And of course, missing today from our lovely cast of characters is Garagak, who is usually played by Coda. He uses he, him pronouns, as does Garagak. He has his wife's birthday, which I guess is more important than recording the show.
As you mentioned, unfortunately.
Garagak.
Yeah, happy birthday, Coda's wife.
Yay.
Love you,
this
Amber.
is choking me out. Neck hole not big enough. Ugh.
Yeah, I dropped my headphones.
Yeah, that's why I had to take it off.
I unplugged mine. Like I saw, unplugged the audio cord out of the sound. I was like, oh, what?
The smarter idea.
It was. Now, as we have just wrapped up an entire major story arc, we have just got.
Shut up! Keep doing the recap.
We have just gone through a lot of things. I'm going to break our current tradition, and I'm going to give you a slightly longer, slightly more in-depth recap of the things that we have learned and things that have happened in our lovely, lovely group of heroes trip. So, what feels like forever ago at this point, our group was having a very chaotic and fate-filled interaction with one cloud giant by the name of Zephyros, a large man, very sweet and gentle, but slightly forgetful depending on what was happening in the current situation he found himself in. Chaos ensued is the best way to put that. Memories were returned and mountains turned into volcanoes. There was massive storms. Walls of fire were made, and there was so much happening. Anuk decided to take matters into his own hands, take action, and wrote a saying into a book. A very wonderful book, which later was turned out to be something connected to Dandyland itself, which was very fun. But Anuk wrote in the book, "We awake at the cave yesterday morning," or something very similar to that. And then I had to think for a while, and I had to figure out what was going on. And I decided that it was time to go on a cartoon adventure. So our party awoke at the top of a mountain they had never been to before, walking out of a cave they'd never seen before and looking down at the Storm Coast. After some immediate scouting, they could tell that not everything was as it was supposed to be. Towns were standing that were not supposed to be standing anymore. Towns had been destroyed that were supposed to remain standing. The group went on an adventure to go and figure out what was going on, and at this point they were given a mission. 3 wrongs needed to be righted. 3 key things needed to be changed for them to find their freedom from Dandyland itself. The group immediately believed that they were in some sort of tangible timeline-changing quest. They needed to go, put things back to how it was in their world, and everything would work out fine. Although it was quickly discovered after they went to Nightstone and ended up murdering their old friend Gum Gum that nothing was happening the way it was supposed to happen. And through some quick thinking and a quick glance through a sniper scope, they realized that the things that needed to be fixed were not, in fact, world situations or things that had gone differently in this world than in theirs, but they were things inside of 3 of their friends that they needed to push past and break through, either physically or emotionally, that were holding them back in some capacity. Now, through some experimentation, through some ridiculous encounters, and through learning more about the entity that is Lion Dandy, the first real clue that these people were given was by a Tabaxi gentleman by the name of Sulan the Wanderer. After a series of gambling and different tests and games of skill, they learned a great many things, including the fact that Tepartos' family was not far off. That they had in fact ended up in Dandyland by some sheer chaotic event. The group went and found none other than Tepartos' grandmother. After a loving and heartfelt reunion and having her help to push Tepartos to start working through his grief and processing those emotions rather than just sitting on them and letting them fester, Tepartos learned a lot more about his true nature than he was expecting to learn. And also learned that maybe half-giant is not the correct descriptor for Tepartos and his lineage. The group continued onwards after learning what they had to do and eventually found their way to Golden Fields, where after some good old-fashioned D&Dungeoneering, they found themselves meeting with some druids, specifically the druids that were in charge of maintaining the Temple to Shantea underneath Golden Fields itself and keeping this lush farming property prosperous and fertile and growing. Words were exchanged, gods were met, and Anuk became even more resolutely badass than he was before, after losing one tattoo and gaining another. Good things all around. The group, almost immediately after leaving Golden Fields, came across, as it was very lovely referred to as, a little box, where Lysander's brother, in an attempt to help Lysander realize that not all of the times that the party did not meet all of their expectations were solely on Lysander's shoulders, and that he needed to come to terms with the fact that they would succeed as a team or they failed as a team, and nothing was to blame on a singular person, decided the best way to do that was to start periodically killing off all of Lysander's friends and making Lysander relive that trauma. Very quickly realizing it wasn't working, the strategy changed. And it ended up being a conversation. The moral principles and the right or wrong factor of not cannibalism, different D&D game, necromancy, were discussed in depth for a brief moment. And Lysander learned, at least started to learn, that in their situation, in this group situation, everything is done as a group, and that you are all stronger as a team. And whether you succeed or fail, it is all of you that succeed or fail, not just one of you. And that is when it brings us to the end of Dandyland, where you found yourself competing in a game show for a series of 3 choices, which at the very end you realized were things that you were going to be able to take out of Dandyland with you, including yourselves, all of your possessions, and several allies that you'd met along the way, including Gum Gum, Lion Dandy, the original form of Garagak, and of course, Gungrar, in the form of Orc Splitter.
I was gonna say,
The most important ally, I think we can all agree.
hands down,
I like
You
him.
all were faced
Gungrar.
with a trivia challenge based off of the entirety of the campaign thus far. Most of you had about a 66% success rate. Some of you slightly less. But overall, you got your entire party out of Dandyland, which was amazing, as well as a few fun extras. Gum Gum, Lion Dandy, almost Sulan the Wanderer, but you did realize that Sulan wanted to be in Dandyland for the rest of his days, so you left him there. Garagak's original form returned to him. Arachdos, Right Knife, and Orc Splitter.
And Andy Basher.
And Dandy Basher. How could I forget Dandy Basher? Now, upon returning, you found yourselves deep in the middle of a lake, in the very swamp-like lands known as the Evermoors. You found yourself in basic clothing, each of you having at least something returned to you. Some of you with things you don't recognize, some of you with things you do recognize. But many questions still remain to be answered. What exactly has happened here since you were gone? Did you spend too long in Dandyland to be able to stop the giants from finishing what they were doing? Is Zephyros okay? Is Ivan, his newfound companion, okay? Did Lysander truly gain anything character sheet modding from their experience like the other two did? Yes, the answer is yes to the last one. I did. But I lost my notes about it, so we're going to go over that now.
Nice.
So, if you have your character sheet open and ready to go.
Yeet.
What is your current strength score?
18.
18. No, it's not. It's 20 now.
Nice.
Yes.
Yo.
What is your current charisma score?
16.
No, it is not. It is 18 now.
Nice.
What is your current wisdom score?
14.
No, it is not. It is 20 now.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
Nice.
Additionally,
Mhm.
each point of your lay on hands is now worth 2 points instead of 1.
Ooh.
Shit, you're doing my job better than I do.
That takes an action.
It's very different.
Yeah, you're now maybe a dwarf. So, I mean, honestly.
As a caveat to that,
Am I the new barbarian?
your lay on hands pool
Mhm.
only returns once a week.
Oh, interesting.
That is 7 in-game days, not once per recording session, because everybody tries to ask that question, and it's never that. Not once ever is it 7 real-life days. Never ask your DMs that. That's not the answer that they're going to give you. Ever. No.
Mm.
Now, there were some things that were recovered, as I said. Lysander recovered Guild Pact. Tepartos returned with both Orc Splitter and the Sending Stone that is used to contact Moog. Tumult returned with a book. Not his book, but a book. Ileana returned with also a book. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
We both have books that we can't read.
I was like, I know I gave you guys something. Tempard returned with a heck of a gun and a lot of ammo for it, and now the ability to use it. And Anuk returned with a portable hole. Specifically, a portable hole filled, as my words, to the brim with coins of various types. And then I realized that I had math to do. So I did the math. I figured out roughly to say how many quarters could fit in 1 square foot. And then I realized there was 100 square feet inside of a portable hole, portable hole, 10 foot deep, 10 foot radius, roughly that amount. I did the real math with like the radiuses and the volumes and all that jazz.
It's fun.
It's so much fun. I said filled to the brim. Now, quarters are smaller than gold coins and copper coins and all of those things. Would any of you like to take a guess at how many coins were inside of this hole?
A lot.
A ton.
750,000.
940 something thousand.
750,000. 940 something thousand.
2,400,000.
2,400,000. Anybody else?
What?
Hero. The answer is 2,703,000 coins. Now, these are coins of various types through D&D, so of course I had 100% of a coin total to figure out. So I went online, found a probability generator, and I split 100% 4 different ways, and I promised myself I would just go strictly in order of what these percentages were when I determined which of these were copper, silver, gold, and platinum. Hero, do you have your note-taking ready?
This is exciting.
Hero, in copper pieces, you have 837,930 coins.
837,000?
Correct.
That's a shame.
Okay.
In silver, you have 594,660 silver pieces. In gold pieces, you have 648,720 gold pieces.
Real quick, I was told I could sell Orc Splitter for how much? Like 50K? Something like that?
Something like that.
Now, Hero, there are 4 kinds of currency in my D&D world because Electrum doesn't exist because it doesn't follow the math structure of everything else, and that's dumb.
Platinum.
How much platinum do we
In
have?
platinum
Like
pieces,
700,000.
you have 621,690 platinum pieces.
Yo,
Oh.
let's buy the Storm Coast.
Right? Like, what?
Who wants to own Waterdeep?
We're Jeff Bezos now.
Hey, we
For
can
a-
I'm
start.
starting a temp clan.
For a grand total in gold
Thank you.
of 6,933,465 gold pieces.
No, I was gonna ask, like, do I have my breastplate still?
No,
Do I got my pants? Like all that's I don't fucking care.
All we have to do is live long enough to get to the shop. That's all we have
Yeah,
to
pretty
do.
much.
Find Big Lots.
So we don't even have our clothes, or
you have your basic clothing.
Like
okay.
common clothes.
No armor, no weapons aside from the ones you brought back with you.
Okay.
My
You guys,
14.
No more diamonds?
no more diamonds, no more any spell components, no spellcasting
focus.
focuses.
Except for me.
Focuses. Okay.
Except
have
for Lysander, who has Guild Pact.
Doesn't Tapartos also have the staff of healing that you gave him back?
You do have the Staff of Healing
I
as well,
do.
because that was your singular item you were given back.
We will be
as well
fine.
as
I
move
have
sending
magic
stuff.
missile.
You said we're on a lake, right?
You're in a lake in the middle of the Evermoors, but at the end of last session, I believe you guys had pulled yourselves out to gather yourselves. And at this moment, there's someone else here. Anuk, with your passive perception, Ileana, with your passive perception. You all have a lot on your plates.
What the fuck is the Evermore?
But you also had people that were watching out for you, people that were worried about you, and people that wanted you to be taken care of. And this is when you see someone standing there watching you. You glance up at the top of a hill standing next to the lake. You see a half-elven gentleman with an eye patch, a very fancy hat, staring down at you. And for the first time on the Dice That Bind Us, I think it's time to introduce our first guest player.
Oh, no. Hey, it's your boy,
Hey.
Hi!
Hello. Uh-oh.
Timber.
Hi.
We can hear you.
We hear you just fine, buddy.
Your first time actually seeing my face, despite the fact that I've spoken to you many times at this point.
I'm so happy.
We had a discussion a while ago as a group that I said, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we just had like a guest person every now and again? All the big D&D shows have guest players, and we're not a big one, but we should do that because it'd be fun to let more of our friends come and play D&D with us because it's a game we all love so much. And the first and immediate person that popped into my head is someone who is almost as passionate about this game as I am, someone who puts way more effort into world building than I do, and just like the best guy. He's just the best guy. Kimber, please introduce yourself, your pronouns, and tell us a little about the character that we are meeting at this current juncture.
Hello. Hi, my name is Kimber. I am he, him pronouns. And, well, depending on how much they see of my character at this moment, I will reveal what is necessary.
You are standing up at the top of a hill looking down on them. They are precisely where you were told they would be. And all I've told them is you are a half-elven gentleman with an eye patch and a fancy hat.
You hear a voice from this figure emerge saying, "You look sorrier than I anticipated." Well,
Oh, ahoy there!
pleasure to meet you, sirs and ladies, and or whatever you go by. I don't really care. I'm Harlan Dino. I was told to meet you. You see, Harlan wears dark clothing, a cloak, this wrapping scarf that encapsulates his face that falls along his shoulders. You see the hint of a breastplate peeking out from his cloak. It looks like he wears road-worn clothing. As you get closer, you see the one blue eye peeking out from under the brim of this wide hat with feathers in it, and a rough cloth eye patch over the left eye. You don't see any weapons on this individual other than the 2 knives at his belt.
That's a cool hat. Can we buy it from you?
It's
What are
not
you gonna
for,
buy it with, yeah?
it's not for sale, unfortunately. We can talk later if you really want, but
I think the key question on most of our minds is who precisely sent you?
oh,
Also, hello.
Also that,
Hello.
but the former is a little more important in my book at the moment.
Technically.
I also
right,
have an
yes.
important question, but we can answer yours first, I guess.
well, that's an easy answer, my friend. It's Moog, our mutual friend.
Oh my goodness, you are sent by Moog. How is
Well,
she?
she particularly said to say hello to one to Partos to Partos. Is he here?
Hello, this is him.
Ah, yes. All right. Well, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. I was sent to grab you.
To
So
grab
here
us.
I am. Well, yes. I might need your help, you see.
Oh, what kind of help you need? Yeah.
Yes. And where are we?
Oh, you're in the Evermoors, friend.
And where is that?
In Faerun?
What, you don't have a
A
memorized map
little
of
more
the Sword Coast?
specifically.
I mean, he doesn't
There's
look
an
like a
X on the
tomb,
map if
right?
you
He
wanna look at
looks
that.
like.
No,
Wait,
yeah. So Harlan looks very
Normal.
human. He is a very normal person, not cartoonish in any way.
I mean, there's not dicks in the sky.
No, this is the first clear blue sunshiny morning you guys have seen in days.
I would like to sob softly.
Roll the
My
sob
goodness.
for the.
Are you?
He does that.
Oh.
I'm gonna
It's-
take a few moments since we just pulled ourselves out of the water. I'm gonna
Do
look
I
at the
have the
shoreline.
contracts?
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. Yes, you have your contracts.
Okay.
Anik, what are you doing?
I'm looking for clay along the shoreline.
Roll a perception check.
We're standing in a swamp.
You look
Still
around.
rolling.
There is not clay, but there is something similar. You're not entirely sure what it is.
Is it similar enough to work as a spell component?
You can try it.
Okay. I will wade into the water, gather it up, whatever. Come back out, work it a little bit here and there. Make a little effigy of a shield. Set that one down. Worked a little bit more to an effigy of a spear. Set that one down. Pick the one that looks like a shield up. Stomp on the ground and cast Stone Shape. Using that as my spell component, I will make it into a stone shield. Or at least attempt to.
Yeah.
What, my friend? What are you doing?
Oh,
Making
yeah,
a shield.
That'll work. Set that down. Pick up the clay spear.
He also does this.
Stomp again. Cast it again. And now I have a stone spear as well.
My.
Oh yeah. We good to go now, yeah?
DM, how do they look? Do they look rough? Do they look tired? Do they look? How do they look to my eyes?
Looking upon them, they are fresh. They are looking very good. They look like very mundane peasants
Like a
with minimal
12-course
gear.
meal with mud on top.
That just got thrown into a lake and have climbed themselves out. They
Yeah.
look like they got nothing going for them whatsoever.
So exactly like I described, like a 12-course meal but with mud on top.
We are safe.
I mean, I'm ready to help you now, yeah, Harlan?
Can you take us to a city that's kind of, or a town, or a something?
Yes, we
Well-
need to resupply, and we would very much like to talk to you about your relationship to Moog and how we can get back to her as quickly as possible.
I don't like that you're prying, but I'll allow it.
Sorry.
He just wants to get back to his girlfriend. He's been away for a very long time.
We are not dating. It's also only been technically a couple of days, maybe a week. I do not know.
I
don't
mean,
understand.
Spirit Moog that just smacked your lips in Otherworld says otherwise. I'm
Swear
just
to
saying.
fucking God, Tumult.
We also need her to, conquer the giant clans.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
You were in another world?
Plane of
Oh, yeah.
existence.
Yes, we were in the primordial realm of chaos. We called it Dandyland. He apparently said he liked it and would like to keep it as the name. It was the worst ever, and now we're back in the. This is the prime material, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Wait.
I'm not really sure at any given moment myself, but you're close.
Where is Gum Gum and Lion Dandy? We took them back with us, yes?
Gum Gum at least should be. Oh God, what is happening to Lion Dandy now that he's out of?
Do we see either of them?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Skills,
not
perception.
persuasion.
It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
There's the roll that you wanted to see.
14. Yay, hero.
Anuk, all of you, after Tapartus asked this question, glance around, try to figure out what's going on, where the people that you brought out with you are. And you don't see anything except there is a scroll case, very small, strapped right where the scythe handle of Orc Splitter connects to the blade. It is loosely attached around the edge of the blade.
Oh, you got a thing on your the axe sight thingy.
With what? And I take off the weapon and I inspect it.
There's a very small scroll case, maybe 3 or 4 inches long, about an inch thick.
I take it off and I'd like to take it apart, unravel it, and read it.
You open the case and there is nothing inside. But as you open it, you hear this. Thank you so much for freeing me. You've been such a good friend to Lion Dandy.
Promise is a promise, must have been kept.
Yeah. Glad to hear you're free, yeah?
What the fuck is going on?
This is a part of the chaos realm that you were talking to about. This is Lion Dandy. He was a deity there.
And you see now, standing behind you, that has like appeared behind the group. There is this elongated, stretched out,
Yeah.
very much. I think it's always been Mike TV straight off the taffy puller type of person.
Oh, he's just wrong.
Looks like Dandelion, as he always has, but he's just slightly taller, slightly thinner, slightly more stretched out, just a little more 2D than a person should be. And he walks right up to you, Tapartos, and just holds out his hand for a big handshake and goes, "Thank you."
You're welcome, Lion Dandy.
Shakes your hand.
I take his hand and I shake it.
Your friend, the little one.
Yes, Gum
He
Gum.
came with me.
What do you mean?
Well, he was in need of care, was he?
I suppose he was.
He'd been through a little bit of a wallop.
You can say that again.
He'd been through a little bit of a wallop.
A lot of bit of a wallop.
Oh,
yeah.
I missed.
He said it again.
I run over to give him a hug. I was like, it's good to have him back.
He gives you a hug and says, "I've delivered him to Neverwinter for the bestest of care."
Oh, that's good.
Oh, so he's in Neverwinter.
Correct.
Way to the north, is that?
From where you are now, way to the west.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
Definitely west of us.
We are very north.
Can you go get Soup
Oh my
and
God.
Phil and take them there?
I was only able to move Gum Gum because we came from there to here. But I'm going to be here to help. Have no fear. You see,
Hey, it looks like you got your smile back. I'm happy to see that.
is
Yeah?
very large. This very big Cheshire cat grin coming out of his face. He looks out towards you, and he goes, "You see, one of your friends has my book. The person I can help is your dear friend Anuk."
Do we still
And
have the book?
you look now. A quick, deeper glance. Anuk, you couldn't see this with your perception check because it was nowhere you ever would have thought of looking. Very faintly, interwoven into one of the tribal spirals on your shoulder that leads down. There is a very brief break in one of the lines that curves around with just a very faint Cheshire smile sitting inside of it.
That looks good there, yeah?
Now, I must go. I have things to do. But from what I understand, so do you.
Quite a bit, yes.
Yes.
That's good.
New friend. Who are you? Who are you? My name's Lion Dandy. How do you do?
This is not the weirdest thing I expected to see today, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, he's a cartoon.
What is a cartoon? I don't know what that is. Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Harlan. Harlan Dino, to be precise.
Yeah, we got that.
What are you? Should I be afraid of you?
Maybe?
I don't
Well,
think
it
so.
depends. It's not like I carry sword or gun. But I might cause you trouble if you don't like fun.
This is just who... I hate to say it, but I missed this. I weirdly missed this.
Our friend here has been through a lot, and it was great to be able to get him out of it because he helped us.
He is sort of a
Dandyland.
a
He's-
pseudo deity of the realm we once were in.
Well, I'm all for helping out friends. Friends are important to have. It's harder to get robbed when you're part of a group, really. But
Yes.
good for you. You creep me out, sir. I'll say to Lion
Thank you.
Dandy.
Me too.
I think I'm all right. I'll just kind of wander up the hill again.
Lion Dandy
That might
turns to look at Garagak, who is looking fairly more spaced out than he usually is. Not really there. Aesthetically, there's a nice purple bucket sitting right on top of his head for the remainder of this session. And he looks at you and he looks at Garrick and goes, "Huh." And so he turns and looks at Departos again. He goes, I brought Garagak a gift as well.
You did.
Yes, I've brought him this creature of hell. And he holds up, and in his hand there is just a tiny cartoon sheep
Oh no! Mr. Muns is...
who looks up directly in your face and goes, "Bah!"
Oh.
Mr. Muttons.
Yes.
I'm sure he will...
I'm gonna walk
greatly
over and take
appreciate
it from
that.
Departo.
I will.
I'll hold on to this.
No, no.
Don't want it. Trust me. I just kind of look at Departos. You already cringed at it. He's precious.
He is. Thank you, Lion Dandy. Garagak, when he is of his consciousness, will
I'm gonna go tie it in a backpack form on Garagak like he did the first time we had this.
he will deeply appreciate this gift. Thank you so much for giving Mr. Mutton back to our friend.
This is Garagak's pet cartoon sheep, Mr. Mutton.
And he speaks by saying, "Bah!"
You do that off Garagak's back, you hear this muffled off fainted.
Yes, like that.
Oh
my god.
You catch up with Lion Dandy ever so briefly before they disappear. And when they do, there is just the sound of just a cacophony of whoopee cushions going off.
Haven't heard
Just
that.
into the nothingness.
I remember the last time we heard this, and I will stare at Departos. It wasn't me that did it last time. I don't know why you're mad at me.
Departos needs more whiskey.
But yes, so the group of you, now plus one, would like to go to a town and learn more about your new acquaintance, Harlandino.
Yes, I would love to learn. more
Right.
about Harlandino.
Well, where are we going? We have a few options, if you wish.
At this point, where is the closest point of civilization where we could get supposedly a bath and a hot meal?
There's Rivermoot to the north of us a little.
Right.
It's a small town, though. You know.
If it is close, then the Partos has no qualms, and we can figure out where we shall go from there.
Yeah, we will eventually need somewhere to like looks down at just plain clothes.
Yeah.
Replenish.
Yes. Resupplying shall be in great need.
You know,
sooner
it might be
later.
a little difficult, but I think we can maybe afford to get some people some stuff. Yeah.
That would be delightful if we could manage to scrimp it all together. I know we came
I
out
mean,
of
it
here
might
with next
be
to nothing.
scraping. It might be scraping the bottom of the barrel to do it, but I think we can.
Yeah. Out of character, Moose. Do any of us know about the 6 million gold that is in Anouk's bag? Okay, great.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I don't think Anouk knows how much money he has.
He just
Oh,
knows he has a
you-
portable hole full of
See,
coin.
With money.
I was under the impression you were professionals and you'd have your own gear, but
Well, you know,
I guess
we've been
not.
through. I got my gear. I don't know about what else we need.
I have this. Just vaguely taps like this holy looking shield with like two vague silhouettes on it and an oak, like an acorn and two oak leaves at the top. This is what I
Anuk
have.
picks up a twig. He's like, I'm good.
Well, you see, in order to leave the realm of chaos, we had to make choices, and those choices involved things we were allowed to bring back with us, including ourselves. So one choice had to be on our individual beings, and our
It
other
didn't have to
choices for
be.
those that had them, and we could have chose not to come back. But those of us that had other choices grabbed a few weapons, as you can see, and I will point to Orc Splitter, Dandy Basher, and a few other things. It's like, and some rescued our friends, as you heard. So we made the choices.
So it sounds like you need magical items. We could go to Silverymoon, which is east of us a bit.
That
That
if
is
it
a
is
place where we may resupply.
if it is bigger, that might be more worth it.
Probably.
It is a city, an elven city, so
By chance, do you have quill and paper?
I do not, my friend.
He just needs to mood journal for the
Yeah,
day.
you can give me a few minutes. I get you a quill and paper.
Just
I
pick
mean-
up a leaf.
I'll worry about it later. I'm just going to be quiet for a while I try to remember everything I wrote down that are now in notes that are left on the chaos plane.
I will say briefly, I would suggest everybody do. I know that it is not always in our power, but I would suggest, as hard as possible, everybody refrain from dying, for I have completely lost my ability to deal with that.
I
Don't
have
tell
one.
me
Hey,
don't tell me what to
Figure it
do, tall man, please.
Right?
I'll die when I very well please.
If you would like to do so, then you may do so, but I cannot bring you back, is all I am saying.
Oh, don't worry, even when he gets
That's fine.
diamonds, he brings back murderers for no reason.
He is now reformed. It's fine. Let's go to Silverymoon. Silverymoon sounds great.
Right.
That
All
hurts
right,
my
you sorry
feelings,
lot,
and it had
please.
no reason to be said. I just want that to be known.
And we're back.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
this is we're on the prime material. That's a good sign. That's a good thing. I'm happy about this. I was hoping we would leave more of the chaos behind in the chaos realm, but I don't know what I expected.
Oh,
no, I think the chaos realm touched us deeply. So I
Oh,
think we got a bit of that still
I mean,
with
it's
us for a
literally
while.
It
inscribed
is a
on your
part of us
shoulder.
now.
He's a giant, like literally half giant, and can turn into a dwarf. And
I turn into
we
a
met your
dwarf.
Like
brother, which
all
was
dwarf, yeah?
completely
I just-
awesome.
I'm a mountain dwarf now.
Yeah, he was
taller.
he was like 12 feet tall, and then he fully transformed into
All
a
of a sudden, just
foot-tall
like
mountain
5
dwarf.
foot,
No, you're
stocky,
Harlan.
bronze beard.
Harlan just has been listening to this going on and just hangs his head in his hands.
Oh, Claudia, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Partos,
Arden.
what? You've never done the voice
You,
before.
as soon as you
Bartos
do
is
that to
trying something
Partos,
new.
as soon as you do that to Partos, you hear in your head, "You making fucking fun of me? I'll
Oh,
come right out of this ox and I'll kick your fucking ass."
Tapartos was trying to make a joke, but Tapartos understands his prop. I'm gonna just
Out of
move right back into
all of you
12-foot
hear
purple.
that just echoing loudly out of Orc Splitter. Just this thick, heavy, like Scottish dwarven accent, just like tearing the shit out of Tapartos for like 30 seconds straight.
And that's Hrothgar. He's
I
great.
believe the
Gungar.
Gungar!
Roar.
I believe the-
Hrothgar? Who the fuck is Hrothgar?
Ah, Names.
I
Anyway,
believe the
what
bard
does
had
this
a
auto-
question a while
Yes.
back.
Yes, I did. Thank you for remembering. Would you like to join the temp clan?
Oh no.
Is that a what is that?
Pyramid
would just-
scheme.
Hold on. Before we get this, Harlan is an explorer of the world in a mercenary company, knows about the world surrounding. Roll me a history check, Harlan Dino.
Hey, first roll is Harlan Dino. Let's go,
Hey.
guys.
Hey.
I need more whiskey.
Oh, he's not our critter.
That's
with
a
an
Any
10.
codeback.
That
Or
is a
just-
10.
No, sorry.
Uh,
I'll get rid of that advantage. Sorry, that was a mistake.
With a 10, even with a 10, you know the temp clan is a pyramid scheme.
It's,
You know,
no, it's
I
a multi-level marketing firm.
listen. I grew up in Baldur's Gate. I know all about these. I think it's best that you keep these to yourself when referring.
In Elvish, I will literally tell you that Satan is the leader of the Temp Clan.
I speak Elvish. So
100%. Asmodeus is the head of the temp clan. The top of this pyramid scheme is the
but nobody
devil.
knows that except for us right now.
Asmodeus.
Not even
Nobody
a
knows that
language I
except for
can
us.
swear
Okay,
to
so
myself
chill.
in.
So, we
Shall
need
we
to
get on our
go
way?
to
To-
Silverymoon, you
Yes.
say?
Silverymoon, please.
Yes, please.
And that's east of here, yeah?
A little north, a little east, yes.
Is there anything in between there that I think people are looking for us other than you, yeah?
Oh, that is true. We have mercenaries after our...
We don't know if they're for
There's-
us, but they're 99% sure they're after us.
What time of day is it?
Early morning.
You
You all will have benefited from a long rest on your travels.
new friend,
Nice.
Can- are you a spellcaster by chance?
A bit.
Can you cast fly?
I cannot. It's a
Ugh.
little beyond me.
I'm gonna cast Druidcraft. And I would like to know what the weather is gonna be like for the next 24 hours.
So here's the 7
Super sunshiny because I decided to give you guys a nice bright day for your first day back in the real world.
Yay!
I sense a flying whale in my future.
Not right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we could.
We can't cast fly.
What do you need?
There
to
is
cast fly?
nothing significant between us and Silver.
I would need a feather and a spell focus.
No, if
we
you have
can-
the spell components, you don't need a focus.
Correct.
Then
We
I need a
can-
feather, I believe, is all I need.
We could
Let's go
just
find a bird.
Let's just walk. It is not. We don't need to travel by whale. Let's just walk.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I
Undoubtedly.
just
You
need a
guys
feather.
can walk if you want.
Harlan
Just
is.
nudge Lysander and start walking to the northeast.
You'd like
Yeah.
immediately turn heel
Harlan's-
and follow.
I will say, walking it is about a 2 days journey. And
Harlan's already
longer.
40 feet ahead of you.
I will
Right.
ask Anook
Following the new guy.
Anook, if you see any birds, kindly ask them if we could borrow a feather, and we could probably make this faster.
I don't think I can see myself. At which point I wild shape into an eagle. I'll pull out a feather, spit it out, wild shape back to a nook.
You could have just asked me to pluck it, but thank you.
So,
now,
here's your feather.
Harlan, Anook,
Wait.
I'm assuming you know where we're going with this.
Me?
No, Anook, I was gonna ask you to stand back.
I need to take a look and see what I need.
Oh, because it's polymorph, not wild shape, huh?
Yeah,
Like a specific like.
Uh,
I don't
we-
have a caterpillar cocoon.
Yeah.
But can't you?
I could
Your
probably
new druid
make my own
thingy?
focus quickly.
Why don't you take a look at just let's take a look. Let's take a look what a druid spell focus can be.
Anything they pick
wand of
up?
you. A
This
wand
is
of you
happening.
can
I'm
be
gonna
it.
go
So you can find a yew tree nearby, which I doubt would be very difficult.
So
Me.
Anook,
I was
Oh,
like
yeah?
this earlier.
with your like other character, with your new druid creature shape ability, is that polymorph or is that wild shape that affects?
Oh,
So you
it's
can turn
wild
into
shape.
any creature.
You've probably fought a
Wild shape?
whale or
I mean,
encountered a whale.
you've
Oh
seen a
no,
whale
you don't
'cause-
fight the whales. The whales fight you, yeah?
Exactly,
like-
but did you escape from a whale in the past?
Because if you've seen it, or like done battle with it, it counts. That's how you know
It's a
that it's a
creature,
polymorph, right?
Well, we can certainly try, yeah?
DM, how would I have gotten here? Would I have like a horse or something? Or
You'd probably have a horse.
yeah, okay. I'll go get my horse and start getting ready to go.
I hope your horse knows where it lives.
It lives wherever I live.
Well,
See,
I
that
mean,
complicates things a bit. I don't want to leave the horse without his friend.
That's
I
fine. The
suggest-
horse too. Have it follow us.
Yeah, just get feathers, cast fly
I mean,
points.
I could cast it twice, or I just upcast it and target 2 things.
Oh, there's something else I can do here real quick. Let me just...
Maybe we just walk.
Let's
I mean,
No,
we
no, no,
start
no, no.
out walking, yeah?
All right, Kimber, I know you're probably new to this, but that's not how we play this game.
That's how some of us want to play this game as.
So I'm also going to spend a first level and cast Speak with Animals to speak to his horse.
You speak to his horse, and the horse looks at you and goes, "Hey."
Hey, I think your friend, he's going to get some alternate means of transportation. So if you want to just go on back to Silverymoon, that one place that's just, that way, and I point the direction, we'll meet you there.
Cool.
All right. You take
Harlan.
care of yourself. Be safe, yeah?
Harlan, you hear on Nick going,
What are you doing? What?
and your horse like looks at you and goes, and just walks away.
He does
That-
that.
Wait, that's an expensive saddle. I'd like that back, please.
Oh, you'll get it back. He'll be fine. He'll be safe, yeah?
Okay.
He's gonna meet us in Silverymoon, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you're
They go
bear
to
spell from the
Silverymoon.
corner.
Now we're going to have to wait in 2 days
I-
in Silverymoon for the horse to get back.
I feel we're overestimating.
It might not
That's
be
all right.
2 days.
It's all right. Moog gave me the
Like,
horse.
suddenly you hear from the distance a bear growl.
Right.
I put money on the horse escaping.
Is that was that in character? Sorry.
Yeah, what money, Anook?
How much are you willing to bet there, my friend?
Oh, I know animals really good. I spec that the horse can outrun and outlast that bear. So I don't think the bear will get him. And I think the horse can probably smell him before the bear even knows.
That is true.
So I expect that the horse will be just fine.
I thought you were actually gambling. I would have hopped right on that, but that's all
That
right.
wouldn't be gambling, that'd be taking your money, yeah?
I
When it
don't
comes-
think you want to argue with a druid about horses.
I do want to argue with anyone about money, however.
To
Which-
each their own.
I'll let you keep that bet, my friend. That's fair. I don't like those odds.
I hope you plucked out more than 1 feather, by the way.
I don't think fly consumes it, does it? So you just need.
I just did the one. I know it's only
Double
like
check.
10 minutes.
I'm just waiting for me to lose stuff again. This is like the 4th time I've lost it.
I'm gonna.
Fair.
Also, I think we should find like a nest or something and just find some feathers. Otherwise, I'm gonna be a bald bird.
I'll just take one of the feathers
Okay,
out
can
of
we?
my hat.
How are
and
we?
give
How
it
are
to
we
him.
traveling?
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Uh,
just wait. I
I
think.
knew Alex was
Come
thinking
on,
of
we
something.
we got a team going. I think he knows what I want.
It's the same
You
thing that we
can-
did in the
You
kit.
can, so basically, for a druidic focus, it says like a branch of you specifically, or like a gemstone or a crystal or whatever. Druids can use anything of like relative significance. So
Could I say that my shield, when I shaped it into the
yeah,
stone,
that's fine.
poof, it has a tree of nature, and it's now a
Ah,
Yeah,
a
that's
tree of
that's
nature.
100% fine.
because I don't actually worship any gods, even though I have a tattoo.
You have one from a god. It's fine.
Exactly.
Have a focus. Everybody else, it's a little harder. Natural magic comes from nature, so you can channel it through natural items. Arcane magic comes from an arcane power source, be it from studying, learning how to produce a magical energy yourself, having that inherent magical ability that you channel, etc. But you have to have something to focus that through. So that's where you get your crystals, your rings, your stuff
Right.
like that.
So I would like to
Can I-
spend a little bit of time looking around the shoreline. Maybe there's a duck nest or a goose nest.
Yeah,
Find some
roll
feathers.
an investigation check. Tempard, what did you want to do?
Can I grab a bunch of clay and then try to make an ocarina so that I
So
can cast my bard spells?
so again, there is a clay-like substance. Sorry, buddy. There's a clay-like substance that you're not really sure what it is, but you would also know that you would have to be able to fire it
Okay.
to
Are
make
there
it into a
willows?
solid object.
Can we give him advantage
Does
since
he-
I would
the
also be
fungus?
looking with it?
You yeah, whoever wants to can roll an investigation
Wait.
check for duck
Well,
or
why
goose
don't
nests.
you roll an investigation check?
Yeah, at this
Okay.
point, I just kind of stop halfway up the hill, hands on the hips, just looking down.
At this point, if
What
there's
a bunch of
willows close
nerds
by,
just like scrambling around for shit.
I'll make Temp Bard a willow whistle.
Thank you.
I look over at Harlan and I go,
Hey, don't-
okay, so we have a thing that we do. Anouk is going to turn into a sperm whale. I guess we are going to cast fly on the sperm whale, and then we are going to fly to Silverymoon.
Harlan takes out the flute that's in his pouch and looks it over and puts it back in his pouch. And-
Just for a
What?
little bit.
We're up the hill
No.
like 40 feet.
This is
Okay, I
mine.
can yell.
It's okay.
I
But
rolled a
there is
22
actually
looking
a
for
legitimate
ducks.
way to make a willow whistle so that it changes tune and tones.
I don't
Like a
I
sliding
would
whistle.
not count a slide whistle as a musical instrument.
Well,
Would you
clearly
count
you've never
their
played the
voice as a
kazoo.
musical instrument?
I
Also-
would, but I would require them to demonstrate while using their spells.
I'll give you this flute for 20 gold. I shout down the hill.
Can we just
I
go?
have no money.
I reach into the portable hole and pull out 20 gold and give it to him.
Okay. I'm gonna send the flute down with the half giant. What are you?
I'm a furbolg.
He's actually in dwarf form right now.
Oh, what are you?
I changed back to a furbolg after I got yelled at by Gungrar.
Okay.
Because I was
Okay.
embarrassed.
Let's try to get at least a wee bit of focus here going.
I'm
All
so
right.
sad.
So
Fine.
you have a flute now, temp bard, so you can cast your bard spells. Should you need, you have a focus, tumult. You do find, it is not like a duck or a goose nest. They don't tend to do swamp things, but they, to an extent, they do. With the surrounding area, they would not be going here. You do find up on like a relatively low tree branch, there is a relatively sizable nest. And the feathers that you find in it are about yay long.
Do I recognize the feathers?
Roll a nature check.
Let's get ready for another failure.
Sorry,
you
buddy.
describe the feathers
Don't
for
be
me.
sorry. I'm a
actually
druid that's not
curious.
trained in nature. Oh, that's not bad.
They
Is
are,
it bad if I'm proficient in nature?
No, because you studied. So these feathers that you find are long. They are slightly more rigid and like durable than a feather you'd be accustomed to would be. They don't have like the faint bristles off the side that would form the feather itself. They are feathers. They will count for your spell needs, but they are solid pieces of.
So they don't have the veining, but they're almost like a plastic fletching.
It looks almost like a plastic fletching, yeah, running through the side, but it is leathery
Interesting.
or almost stone-like.
Cockatrice.
It is this very thick, solid material, and they, like I said, they're about yay so long, so probably about 2 feet long each.
I grab them quickly and I will turn to Anouk and say, we should probably go.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. So when you're ready, first thing I'm going to try though is I'm going to try to wild shape into a sperm whale.
It fails.
What I figured.
Yeah.
Does that burn the wild shape though?
I'll say no.
Okay.
That's fine. You're learning your new abilities. I'm not going to punish you for that.
Then I cast polymorph using the focus, and I'm a sperm whale.
Everybody up.
I gently clap a hand on Harlan's shoulder. This is how it will
What?
be. Do you need help
Oh,
up the whale?
sorry, I was lost. There's a whale now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a nook.
Okay.
Nook.
And
The
the
Bartos
whale
can be
is
moved.
halfway covered
Like,
in like tribal
half-
tattoos.
Instead of so a nook is a Goliath, and
You hear him.
literally straight down the line, half of him on the right hand side is tattoos. Now the whale, straight down the line on the right side, is a darker markings that are similar to the tattoos, but they are not actually in the right shapes, except there might be a Cheshire grin by his dorsal fin or something.
I will. I'll hop on. The whale.
All right. So everybody hopping on the whale?
Does anybody need a boost?
The whale. Yeah, Ellie, since we're both small, do you want to like
I'll
hop
use,
on?
I'll use mold oath to like make a ramp up.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to help Tempard if they need it. but
Oh,
I can't.
Ileana made a ramp, made a
Well, I
safety
guess
ramp to get up on the
Tepartos
whale.
doesn't have uses here.
You could have done that
Just-
for
So
me.
Bartos,
Just
why are
get
you
on the-
acting
get-
like me?
Get on the
Get
whale.
on the whale.
Everybody get on the whale. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do
That
this.
is. Hold on. Can we recognize probably the single most savage burn of Dice That Bind Us history of just someone referring to someone else that is simply acting like Tumble?
Stop acting like Tumult.
Yeah, so you guys board a sperm whale.
And I'm going to sit and however long it takes to focus and channel this magical energy out through this feather, I'm going to try to cast fly on said sperm whale.
You
How long does
cast
it take you
fly
to cast?
on the sperm whale. It's an instantaneous spell.
How?
So the sperm whale, Anuk, you are accustomed to flight. You are very well attuned to being in the air, controlling yourself in the air. The sperm whale
Takes off.
rockets off.
Just like
How?
grab onto the
Rocket.
dorsal
I
fin.
don't want to, inertia them right.
Right?
off my
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. You
Are your
very
fins
much so.
flapping?
You very much so Falcor your way through it. You slowly lift off the ground.
The tail kicks up every once in a while.
Yeah.
I have a question
I love it.
for the group while we're riding. How in the hell does the whale breathe?
How does a whale breathe?
They are
Wait.
mammals.
They have
They're
what?
mammals. They breathe
Yeah.
air.
Yeah.
They're mammals,
They breathe air.
Yeah.
It breathes air.
but it looks like a fish. Why would it not
Yep.
be a fish?
It's not a fish.
Because it is not a
Good.
fish. It is Anuk.
You're not used to the sea, are you?
I appreciate
No.
that you're saying that when you have Ileana behind you, who is a sea elf.
Yeah,
looks
gently.
vaguely like a
That
fish.
is a
So,
fish. This is not a fish. Gently
Yes,
pat Ileana.
fish.
This is kind
You-
of a fish.
You hear Harlan mutter under his breath, I am gonna have to ask Moog for more money for this. Yeah.
You're getting paid?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, so like, what's the plan? You're sent here by Moog? How is Moog? Did
Well, Moog is preparing for the siege.
Of Grudhag.
Yes.
And we are, I'm assuming, integral in said siege.
Well, don't let your head get too big, my friend, but yes, you are.
Okay. So, no,
Um,
but yes.
Are we?
You won't hear me say you're integral, but you are, according to Moog.
Are we able to attack Grudhog at this point?
So,
We need
Well-
more friends always, and if you guys know anyone, I'm sure that'd be helpful. My men aren't going to cut it, that's for sure.
you have men.
I do.
Would any of them like to join the Temp Clan?
You'll have to speak to them individually. There's about 200 of them, so good
That-
luck.
Aside, my friend.
Can you make a
if
list
you
of
don't
names just so I
mind,
can...
Tempard. Tempard.
We don't have any money. If I
Tempo.
get them to sign, we get money.
Neither do I.
Later.
Neither do most of my men either, so you're shit out of luck.
Well, think.
Yeah, that's not how multi-level marketing schemes work, so it's fine.
Tepartos, was that your name, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is Tepartos' name. Where where do you hail from, and how have you gotten yourself involved with Moog at this point? And also, how long have you been working with her?
DM, how long have I been working with Moog?
That is a very valid question. We covered a lot, but I didn't think about. I told you there. I told you when we did this that there would be questions they would ask that I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I would say you got hired probably about 5 days ago.
About 5 days, my friend. So,
Oh,
well, my friends, I'm a mercenary. That's kind of what I do. I get paid
Okay.
to kill people and things.
and
That's where I come in. It's pretty
So
cut
Moog
and
is-
dry.
all right, then Moog has hired you in order to help her with her assault on Groodhog. And she sent
Yes.
you here specifically to meet with us? How did she, and therefore you, know where to find us?
I didn't meet them myself, but a group of individuals by the name of Soup, Phil, George.
What?
There was mention of some animals that had names, which I'm very
Amazing, and Princess Pony.
yes. They got word to Moog,
They did.
and I was hired. I do have another goal up north, though, which you might be able to help with.
What would that be?
I am. Have you ever heard of the Eye of the Allfather?
In passing.
Anybody,
Moog wants it.
Anybody who would like to at this point can roll a history check.
I would very much like to.
Because we've heard of the Allfather, but not the Eye of the Allfather, like in game.
Nope.
Right.
Correct.
I know absolutely nothing.
Hang on 1 second. It's lagging behind a little bit.
You guys are killing these rolls right now. Jeez.
Should I roll? I'll roll.
You can if you want, yeah.
Would you like to roll history?
Natural 20.
Go.
Wow, you know the thing you're talking about.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Hey, it's like Coda never left.
Hi, I know lots of things.
Yeah. Ileana, are you gonna roll as well?
It's okay.
Okay. So for Tempard and Harlan, you guys both would know, based off of general context, some various studies. Tempard, yours is more through education, through schooling. You would know the Allfather. All of you, as a base note, know that the Allfather is the referring term for the god of giants, the person who is supposed to instill the head of the ordning and keep them in their structured orders so that they all are following one universal head. You also all very much so know the ordning is fallen apart. There's so as far as the Eye of the Allfather, there are several rumors. The Eye of the Allfather has said to be many things. It is said to be the literal stone eye of the god of giants. It is said to be a cage that is where the Allfather is being held, thus cannot put the ordning back in place. It is said to be a weapon of some kind. There is no clear and concise knowledge of what the Eye of the Allfather is, aside from the fact that it is heavily and drastically related to the Allfather himself.
Okay. Would somebody like to tell us this?
Well, no one knows exactly what it is, but it is known that it is connected to the Allfather.
As the name would suggest.
I read
It
a
could
book
be used-
once.
Do either of you know where it is approximately, or is it lost somewhere in the mountains of blah 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 sort of thing?
Well, I wouldn't be much of a hiree if I didn't know where it was, wouldn't I?
Were you hired by Moog to find it? And what makes you think that it is here in the north? How do you know?
It's here.
Why?
I know. There is a place called the Eye of the Allfather. It exists. Trust me.
I mean, we've known you for like 2 minutes, but I
Yes.
guess we'll just trust every single word you say. That makes sense.
Look at this
Open up.
face.
I trust him.
What is there not to trust about this
I mean,
face?
how could I not trust a man with
To-
such a fancy hat?
It
To
is
a
a very nice
clarifying,
face.
to a clarifying point, you know the approximate location of the Eye of the Allfather, located in the Spine of the World mountain range. The Eye of the Allfather is not a location in and of itself. It is.
Yeah, I know.
That is the location, approximately where you will find it in the mountain range.
No. Kimber knows that. Harlan's saying he knows exactly where it is.
All right. So you have something very pertinent to the giants and to the ordering, which is something that we are actively either trying to fight against or fighting to restore, one of which we are not sure. You have been hired by Moog, who we have tentatively agreed as a group to help and accept the help of, and who is our immediate ally. Our goals at this point, it would seem as a group, are to find our friends who you seem to know, Soup and Phil and George and Awesome and Princess Pony. We also would like to reunite with Gum Gum, somehow figure out what's going on with Zephyros. There's also a friend of ours named Ivan who we need to figure something out with. Also, Tempard has a contract with literally the King of Hell that we have to figure out, but that will be a problem for about 2 weeks from now.
Please, if you're paying me for that, if you're not paying me for that, don't bring it up.
Okay, fine. Don't
Thank you.
pay no mind to that. Either
I'm a man
way,
of business.
regarding the giants, it seems as though you are connected to us specifically via Moog and via the
Yes.
Eye of the Allfather.
That is
Moog
correct.
currently is many days' travel to the southeast or so, if she is still near Grudhag. Is that the correct assumption?
That is correct, right? DM?
Moog is currently waiting in the town of Beliard.
Right. Okay.
Beliard.
Yes, I regurgitate that.
Let me look at that on the map really quick.
It's fairly close by up here.
Just north of.
Just
Grudhag.
north of Grudhag. So not near. So she's still very close there by the stone bridge. All right.
There are things in the north that we could grab as well that might be able to help us. I, for one, don't like the idea of assaulting a fortress full of giants. There could be something in Zamorphan Hall that might help us as well.
The Morphin Hall. What is this?
I've picked up rumors in some bar rooms about a giant slaying weapon. Nothing solid, but could be elite as well.
Almost similar to the dragon slaying weapon that has been sought after by the giants.
You
I
would
don't know.
gather that is a war waging biological siege weapon. This is most likely a I pick this up and kill giants much easier with it type of
Meaning
thing.
an orc splitter,
Like,
orc splitter
it's-
for giants.
A giant splitter, if you will.
Most likely something smaller and more carryable, if you
All
get
right.
what I'm saying.
Very aptly.
So say we were to go to Silverymoon Hall to resupply. How close would this Morven Hall be
It's-
to our goals?
It's up the road.
About how long?
On the way to the Eye of the Allfather from Silverymoon.
So you're suggesting that we, while having been so far from and so far removed from literally this reality, we take even more time to go to Silverymoon, go to Silvermorphin Hall, go to the Eye of the Allfather before going back and helping Moog.
If the Eye of the Allfather helps us in this siege, it is worth a couple of days.
It is. The only thing is, well, I suppose he's the one who will know best whether or not Moog will be able to hold out long enough, or if Moog is in a place of safety and sanctity to be able to hold their position regarding Grudhag.
Hey, Ian,
Yes?
roll an insight check.
All right.
Harlan, my friend, do you know of the siege that had happened on
It's a
Nightstone and
22.
Golden Fields?
Nightstone, Golden Fields. I don't think I was there for that one. No.
But did you know of it happening at all, or?
You would have been told about it happening. It was part of the giants collecting the pieces of the siege weapon they're building at Grudhog.
I heard about it. It's part of what drew me to the conflict, as it were.
Do you know about how long ago the attack on Golden Fields happened? Time's a little weird for us.
About a week.
About a week.
Oh, thank goodness.
At least it wasn't something weird and we're like gone 9 months or something.
No, it appears as though we are still
Turns
on
out my
this
wife
kind
is
of
pregnant,
timeline.
and I'm just kind of upset about it because she never told me, and we never got the chance to talk about it.
You have a wife?
Wait, but how?
We're not even sure on that one.
Never mind.
Sapartos,
Yes.
you have a way to verify and communicate with Moog at any point.
Is that not limited?
It's just a sending stone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I only had a limited. Well, I guess I don't have a limited number of uses, do I? Great. I would like to activate my sending stone and communicate with Moog.
Okay. It is a 25-word message going back and forth. It is essentially just the sending spell back and forth.
Yeah. Moog. This is Tabartos. We are fine. Crazy detour. Tell later. Have met Harlem.
Harlan.
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 No,
Okay.
he's not a globetrotter.
So
Okay.
that's like two.
I live in Harlem. I'm sorry. I've met Harlan. Potentially Eye of Allfather? Question mark. Tell us your thoughts. Much love, Tapartos.
That's like exactly 25. Good job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Almost immediately. Zero hesitation, zero knowledge. You get a response that is... It is the most wonderful thing to hear your voice.
I'm sorry, you're going to be counting this too?
That's 10.
Eye of Allfather is essential for fixing ordning. Trust Harlan. With scrutiny.
Oh.
I've missed you.
Oh, someone seems a little desperate, replying immediately. Don't you know you're supposed to wait at least 3 days?
I'd like to just send
Sullivan
a
Hall.
message to Moog. See you soon at Belliard. And
Tell her I
then
said hello.
Harlan says
says
hello.
You get a response back. It's very brief, very simple. Don't die.
No promises.
That's almost like saying I love you.
So Harlan,
Yes?
it appears as though this Eye of the Alpha is something that is going to be integral to what we are doing.
That's what I said earlier.
Yes. Yes, you did. But Departos had to verify for himself, seeing as he has only known you for a brief while on the back of this whale, and he's gonna just pat a Nook.
Nook has a
with
feeling it's slapped all
appreciation.
the time.
Well, I think you lot are all right. And you see his demeanor
Listen.
instantly relaxes. He just kind of like starts lounging, feet up on the whale.
I feel
Puts
like
his
that's
arms behind
just
his head.
because you're paid to be here, but
Oh,
Either
it
way.
is. But you can make friends in this line of work pretty easily.
I mean,
Either
my
way, you
mom's
are
paycheck.
definitely an ally. Sorry, Tempard?
I mean, you can buy friends. That's what my mom did when I was young.
Oh, Tempard.
So it makes sense.
Despite the weird cult shit going on with you, I do like that attitude. You keep it up.
That's kind of their shtick.
Not a cult.
Definitely a cult.
Pyramid scheme.
Anyway,
Sorry.
You guys,
sorry.
you guys have been traveling at this point for about an hour, getting very close to the end of a polymorph spell. You have about
Fly
10
spell.
minutes or so left.
And I've been booking it. I've been double.
Yeah. You see a very, very elegant and gleaming city. Large towers, all almost glowing white stone, reaching well above the trees. You see this overarching. This town is equivalent size or so to Waterdeep. It is a large, large city. And as you're approaching, you're getting this 10 minutes or so point. You will make it to the edge of the city before your spells run out. But as you guys are sitting here having this conversation, waiting to arrive, a circle of energy opens right above Onyx's head, and stepping out, there is a high elf stepping directly onto the head of this whale, who looks at you and goes, "You do not belong here.
hello.
Why do you wish to invade the city of Silverymoon?"
Oh, this is
No.
not an invasion. This is merely a day trip. Believe us.
You approach
We do.
unscheduled via the air, not in an airship.
Hold on. Let me handle this.
Silence, and a silence spell goes directly over you.
All of us?
Specifically over the center group and Harlan, who was getting ready to mouth off. You will land this creature, and you will come to the gates where you will be thoroughly examined for any sort of terroristic acts that you may be willing to commit or wanting to commit. Failure to comply will mean that we will, surely and wholeheartedly, take all of you as threats to our city, and you will be dealt with as such.
Am I able to speak?
What is it you wish to say?
Nook, down.
I was already going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
I would know the time limit of my own spell. and-
Yeah.
I just kind of will speak to him in Elvish and say, yes, old one, we did not wish to invade. It's just the quickest way to travel. As you can see, we kind of lost some things returning to this plane of existence.
You can tell it all to the Arbiter.
Okay.
I just bow my head in respect because
You see the entire
I
time
don't wanna fight.
he's been standing, aside from when he cast the spell, he's standing up very straight, very posh and proper, his hands folded behind his back. When the spell happened, he left his hands behind his back, and there was a faint flick of a finger at his back. But as he turns and goes to step back through this portal, you see there is a book floating behind him as he walks away.
Can I talk now?
Is that our
Yeah,
boss?
as soon as that portal closes, you can speak again.
I was about to suggest we land and approach by foot, but that's okay.
That's fair. I think it may be the most advantageous
Obvious.
opportunity for us at this point.
he's like
Didn't
one
get
of
to ask him a question.
No, he won't join the temple.
Absolutely not, Tempard.
Listen, I think we need to be careful in this city. We should
Agreed.
go in, get what we need, and get out. All right?
Agreed.
Kind of all I want.
Should be some sort of tech plan recruiting situation.
Speaking of, we do want to get what we want, but exactly how are we going to do that?
Right, we have no money. We have no anything.
You have no money?
I can be very
Ah.
nice.
We
Or
lost all of our
I could not be, and shows the knife.
No, Tempard, no.
Tempard, we literally just got called a threat to the city. If you threaten anyone inside of the walls, I will deal with you myself.
As well,
Puts knife
Tepartus.
back
However,
in pocket.
Tepartus is going to draw Orc Splitter from his back and say, "You all remember what Big Lot said about this weapon, of how it would be purchased from him for 50,000 gold. If we are able to find Big Lots again, we may have 50,000 amongst us, and Tepartos is willing to part with this in order to reply everybody.
You are not parting with the weapon.
At this point, Tepartos may need to do this because it does not matter how many orcs Tepartos can split, with whom Tepartos has no issue with. It matters that...
Hey, Tepartos.
Yes.
While you're saying this, like talking about giving away the oak spider, Ileana walks up and slaps you.
You just feel this gentle, soft slap from somebody who's like half your size right now, just like across the face, like jumps up.
Ow.
She did give away one of her choices for that.
I may have a trick up my sleeve to get us some money too.
All right.
No stealing, no killing, no bribing.
Oh, that's no fun.
Pulls knife out of his sleeve. Don't know how it got there. It was in my pocket, but guess
No
what?
killing.
No killing.
We can talk. No killing.
No killing. Stealing and bribing.
You guys land
cheating.
slowly on the ground in a small clearing just off the side of the road leading towards Silverymoon.
Okay, nix the cheating and stealing talk.
I'll drop the polymorph if it hasn't run itself out.
Okay, it was on the cusp, but you make it and you're fine.
Give it a hug and
I
say thank you again.
I don't think there's too much to worry about on the coins, yeah?
What do you mean?
I think we got it covered. I expect we got a gold in the bank, yeah?
You have spent a lot of time with Lion Dandy, and I get that, and I respect it, and I know that sometimes we gain traits from our friends as we hang out with them, but if you could please stop speaking in riddles, I would really appreciate it.
This is one of the very few times that the Partos agrees with Tempard.
Also, Lion Dandy doesn't speak in riddles, he speaks it in rhymes.
Yeah.
Yes, if any of it ever makes sense anyways.
I'll pull out 5 platinum.
How did you keep that?
I'll just drop them back in.
I mean, he literally did pull gold out of that earlier. I guess he got the gold back.
So
we got a bit of money, yeah?
Okay. Enough to resupply us?
I expect so.
Okay. Are you willing to front that and we can repay you later?
When don't I, yeah?
I know, but we want to be respectful of you and your finances.
You guys were willing to pitch in on the start of my shop, so
Well, of course.
I expect I can spend some money on you all, yeah?
DM, where does he put the money back into?
There is a very brief flash of coins falling into it looks like a fold of fabric that he drops them into, folds them, and puts them back into his wrap.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with that. You're gonna try to pickpocket.
Pickpocket a portable hole.
You all are standing outside at this point, about 100 feet or so away from the gates of Silverymoon. They are large. They are open. There is no doors. There is no anything else. And standing on either side of the gate, there are 2 individuals wearing very elegant-looking pure silver armor that is all etched with the symbol of Silverymoon on the breastplate of it, which you can tell, even for those of you that have not been here, because running along the entire outskirting wall, there is this large white gleaming stone that has all of this decoration and filigree to it. And every 20 feet or so, there is just a massive symbol that runs along the entirety of the walls.
Well,
This feels weirdly like home.
I'll greet them in Elvish. Hello, sirs. We're here to make our way into the city, hopefully do some trade, if that's doable.
You're to report to the Arbiter, are you not?
That was
Report
told
to the-
us, yes. Sorry.
Very well. Yes, we'll report to the Arbiter.
Very well. Step through the gate. You'll find yourself where you need to be. And you see this elf too has a book that floats up next to them, and places a hand onto the wall. And you don't see anything happen. You still look through. You still see the bustling of the city. You still see everything going on. It says, "Continue on."
I will
Right.
walk forward.
Where are we going?
Through the gate.
Just okay. Walk
I'll
through the
follow
gate.
Harlan.
Just real quick, if you don't mind, I just have a quick question. Real quick, would you like to join the temp clan?
Ask the High Arbiter.
I will. Thank you.
Harlan just got a lot of respect for that guard.
Do you all proceed through the gate?
Yes.
Okay. You walk. As soon as you cross the threshold of the gate, you find yourself inside of a cell. You
Oh, great.
are all standing along one wall. As you enter, you appear. Walked in. There's a single desk in front of you, and sitting there is a very tall, very slender, high elven man with like graying silver hair. You can tell old, even for a high elf, like very old. Sitting there, looks to you all, kind of up and down, and goes, "I see we have new friends for our company.
I think there's been a mistake, friend. We're just
I
trying
think you
to...
should shut up and speak when I speak to you. You half-breed."
Oh, he's racist. Oh.
My friend, please. We are
Do
simply
not
trying...
learn well. You approached our city on an air vessel, be it one of your friends. I assume this large fellow here.
Yeah.
Unknown to us, unacknowledged to us. None of you with any correlation or relation to Silverymoon itself. And yet you find yourself here. You are going to have a spell cast upon you. You will submit to that spell. Any failure to submit to that spell, we will take you as not wanting us to know the truth. And you will be kept in these cells for the rest of your days. Do you understand?
I understand, sir. Thank you.
Would that spell happen to be the Zone of Truth?
It would. You're more clever than your less than intellectual demeanor gives off.
That kind
And
of hurts, but okay.
You see this wall of energy courses through the walls of this room and washes over you. Anyone who wishes to may make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna try anyways. I'm gonna fail miserably, but let's do it. That's how Tempard rolls. Let's go.
No. Oh,
You got nothing to hide.
no, I
I don't have anything to hide either, but like
fail willingly.
I think I have to, because Harlan already hates this fucking dude. It doesn't want to do anything.
It was very clearly
you
stated.
bet, baby.
It was very clearly stated that any attempt to not let this spell come through will mean that you are trapped in these cells forever.
Nope. Fuck.
It's not.
I already rolled it.
It's not really an attempt so much.
It was blatantly an attempt.
Me rolling a 1 on a wisdom save? Yeah, okay.
But you didn't willingly fail the check as we were instructed or told we'd be in a cell forever.
If we did not
didn't.
do so.
Well, it came up a 1. You actually rolled a 3. So,
So this spell
Yeah,
washes
call
over
that an
you,
attempt.
and as the energy hits the ground, Tempard and Harlan are no longer with you.
Bye.
Oh, god damn it.
I cannot say I'm not.
I rolled a 22 though.
so you're not in the
It
zone
does
of
not
truth.
matter.
So Zone of Truth, they know when you try to save against it, and they know whether you succeed or fail. They know you made an attempt to not have the spell cast on you.
Fucking rich bitch bastard.
That's
God
just the
damn it.
basic spell. Tapartos can do that. So can Lysander.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so can
I mean,
this.
so
Yeah, I have no idea.
can Harlan, but that dude is being a prick.
There you go. So the two of you, Tempart and Harlan, are no longer with the party, and you find yourselves in solitary cells, no windows, no doors, no bars, just straight walls of white black stone that are emanating a small radiant glow just enough to light the room you find yourself in.
Well, that's great.
Well, that sucks.
The rest of you,
Yes.
I feel you already know what has happened.
Yes. What do you want to know?
Maybe.
I'm speaking in Elvish to him. What would you like to know?
I will ask my questions. Please wait. What's up, Tempart?
I'm just going to say that this is actually probably the better plan that Tempart's not involved in this room at this point.
Yes,
so you're
absolutely.
all welcome.
100%.
The elven gentleman who has been sitting here very harshly, very aggressively addressing you all immediately softens, immediately pulls back into his chair. I am very sorry.
Have there been threats on your city recently?
Constantly.
Well, with a large elven city as this, I can only imagine.
How much do you know of this place?
Very little.
Next to nothing.
I'm assuming he didn't listen to what you said. Tried to not fail, and he was the one that told us to come here for resupply.
If possible, we would like
What's
it
up?
if you would free our friends.
What's up, Ash?
With my dealings with elves in the south, would I have heard stories of Silverymoon before?
Roll a history check, very specifically you. Actually, Tummel, you also roll a history check for me.
Oh, that's not bad. 18.
I'm on the right.
Eliana, you can as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Elia's like,
16.
she's a noble, so for any kind of trading town, she would know something about them.
Probably.
Does Ileana remember her past yet?
Might take a sec.
I mean, we're back from Dungeon Man. I assume so.
Nice.
Right?
Yes, Ileana, you would remember past events
yay.
leading up to you being taken. For
But
the
I
two,
got
23, by the way.
23?
Mhm.
Okay. So for the two of you, Lysander and Tummel, Silverymoon is a bastion of magical learning. Silverymoon is the most accredited magic society in all of the Storm Coast and possibly all of the Primaterial Plane. They teach and train basically every mage of any variety that comes through. Wizards, sorcerers, warlocks, any arcane practitioner, really. Aside from bards, they do train bards as well in a separate school, but it is not the same. It is not as prestigious as the wizarding or sorcery school specifically. They train basically every single mage of any variety that would be in a town guard anywhere on the, specifically Storm Coast. Ileana, you would know they train a special breed of magic user here. Something very rare, something very uncommon, and something very powerful. You don't know what they're called, but you do know faint rumors of people that fight with magics of their own creation. People that fight with magics that are not taught anywhere else in existence. All unique, all handcrafted magical energy pushed into various effects of their own will. It is a higher caliber and higher intricacy of magic than any of you have ever seen. And as you're thinking about this, and as you dig back into that, you gather the person that met you on Nook's back was probably one of these magic users. Because whereas every teleportation spell that you've seen cast, aside from very high level, very permanent teleportation spells like Gate, teleportation circle, there's never a physical door. There's never a portal to pass through. And on top of that, it was moving along with Anouk. All of you are standing here. You have this. The elven gentleman goes on and goes, I swear to you, I did not mean any of the offensive things I said. I know it's hard to trust me when I say this, but one of our institutions here was raided late last week.
By what sort of forces?
We don't know.
Oh.
They
Was
got
something
past.
taken?
You could say that.
I don't think it's for our place to know.
Might be. We could help.
Have you ever heard of the Arcanus Magnate?
Have I ever heard of the Arcanus Magnate?
Assuredly, none of you have ever heard of this.
No.
My friend here, and as he holds his hand out, the elf that had come to greet you on the back of Anuk appears, just comes into existence.
Hello.
His name is Olan. He is Arcanus Magnate. I am Arcanus Magnate. The guard that let you in is Arcanus Magnate.
A type of magic.
It is a training style of magic. It is still arcane, but it is more powerful, more creative. We derive our power from stones. Magic stones from a forgotten age. You see, he gestures and Olan pulls his robes open. And sitting right at the base of his neck, embedded into him, is a pitch black gemstone that seems to be a part of his body. We channel it in various ways, whatever suits our style the most. For me, I've always been a fan of honesty and loyalty. That's why I was granted the position of arbiter. The general here. General of the police force, if you will. I head up interrogations and the like.
For the city of Silverymoon.
And other places around the Forgotten Realms, yes. Your friends cannot be trusted by us. Please understand.
When we leave, can they come with us?
That depends on what they do in their own rooms.
I'm assuming one of them will probably be able to go. I don't know about the other.
Yes.
Small bard friend is chaotic, but not inherently malicious. So I hope things prove well for them.
I will admit we do not know much about the other. However, for our own purposes, it seems as though he is both important and knowledgeable about things that will help us within our own journey. And that journey includes the well-being of all beings along the Storm Coast. Yourselves, ourselves, and everyone else included. I understand that we are strangers in your city. I understand that they did not pass your test, so to speak, or that they were too strong-willed and too stubborn, for this is what we know them to be, to not willingly give up the information of what we know to you. I understand why you imprisoned them, if the Bartos had the reason to, and the ability to. The Bartos may have imprisoned one of them, hasn't known one of them long enough yet to do so, but has definitely reason to imprison one of them. However...
Bartos.
Yes.
This is going to sound trite and rude, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
But if I had a copper coin for every time someone came in here and told me their mission was for the greater good, when they were in the middle of an interrogation, I would be a much more rich man than I am.
Do you
For
know?
curiosity, would it be approximately 837,930 purple points?
What were you asking?
Do you know of the Ordning and how it has currently crumbled with the giant clans?
Yes and yes.
I know it may sound smoke, but trust me, I cannot lie to you. We are actively involved in fixing it right now. Establishing, if everything goes according to plan, peace again against the giant clans and preventing a genocidal war between the giants, the dragons, and every humanoid and non-humanoid race here in the future.
And I
my
think we parted that war between chaos and order too, yeah?
Also
Yes.
that.
we have a very large role to play in the events that will be happening in the future that are about to shape the reality as we know it.
I have 3 questions.
Yes.
Each of them yes or no.
Okay.
Your answers will determine whether you are allowed into the city, whether you are cast out from the city,
We cannot lie to you.
or whether discussions continue further.
Okay. Like Taparto said, we cannot lie to you. So ask them and we shall answer.
Each of you will give me a yes or no answer, and that is all I want. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you know of an organization called Xerxes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know of their leader?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
no,
Well,
no.
no. We think so, maybe, but technically
So
no.
your answer is no.
My answer is no.
We do not
don't
officially know
leader.
who their leader is, but we have interacted with a high-ranking member.
You speak of the traveler, he's a moot point.
Yes.
Third and final question.
Yes.
Do you wish to see them torn apart? The
No.
order itself, not its members.
No.
Xerxes?
Yes.
I suspect though we can't answer that one because what we really want is balance and not one power over another.
Yes. Tapartos wishes to see Xerxes torn apart.
The 2 of you?
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna have to choose for his question, Lysander. We agreed to yes or no answers.
Do not speak out of turn.
No.
In its current form, yes.
So what I'm gathering is you know of this organization, you know truly
Yes.
nothing about it, but
Yes.
you wish to see the order between balance, or the balance between order and chaos maintained to an extent.
Yes.
Yes.
Our walls are open to you. You will be
Thank you.
watched. Feel free to do whatever trading you came here to do.
And our friends?
If they can join you, they will. If not, we will let you know.
Is there anything we can do to speak on their behalf?
No.
Juliana walks up. So, about that raid, what specifically did they attack, and did they take anything?
I found your answers unsatisfactory to give you that information.
Okay, just shrugs and skips off with the party.
Perchance, young one, we will speak at a later time. But for now, it seems you have more pressing matters than our silly schools, so off you go. And you find yourselves standing outside of a large, very citadel-looking building in the center of a market district.
Wow.
For the other two of you, Harlan, we'll start with you because Az seems to have stepped away.
I'm in a room with no windows or doors, correct?
Correct. It's about 20 feet in all dimensions.
There's like no seams in the walls at all. Nothing.
Not a single one.
Bastard wasn't racist. Might not be here. Just say to myself out loud.
As you're standing here stewing,
Yeah.
a familiar looking ring opens on the wall, and stepping through it is the elf that greeted you earlier.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
How are you? You having a great day?
Better than you, I assume.
I'm having a wonderful day. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't believe you.
Listen, this was a misunderstanding. Your friend was a bit racist, and
My
I see
friend
red.
was simply trying to determine where your morals lie and whether you were the type of person who would be willing to commit atrocities against our people.
I would do no such thing. I don't care.
You're used to talking your way out of situations, aren't you, Harlan?
I am. Yes, I am. How do you know my name?
Well, it's easy. I read your mind. As I've been doing this whole time you've been in this room. Scanning the walls, scanning the corners, looking for a way out, looking for any sort of gap you could use to escape, instead of simply waiting to hear what we would say.
That's where my mind goes. I'm sorry.
It's the acts of someone who commits crimes and who knows he's guilty.
I've killed a lot of people, friend. I
Is that a
can't help
threat?
but think that way. No, it's not a threat. It's simply a statement. And I don't love racists. So
You think that the leader of one of the most inclusive cities...
inclusive.
Have you seen our city? Have you been here before?
Why did he call me a filthy half-breed then, my friend?
To see if you would lose your
question.
temper.
I did.
You
Can
did.
you fault me?
Yes.
Listen.
You see he pulls down his hood slightly further, and he is a
Yeah.
half-elf.
Okay. All right, that changes things.
He has high elven features, but he is a half-elf.
I'm going to be real with you, though. This is a warning for anybody who's watching the show. If you want to make somebody mad, probably don't say something kind of racist or offensive to them just to see if they get mad.
Yeah, seriously.
As a pointer for the future, just making sure we have good
Listen.
morals here.
It works, but
Okay. I'm gonna change my demeanor completely. I'm gonna attempt to become small and just kind of walk up to him a little bit and say, listen, please, I'm trying to turn a new leaf. I'm trying to help these people.
you're working for money. You're not turning a new leaf to be a good person. You are working a job.
Listen, I have someone I need to get home to. If you could
Your-
please just...
Yes, your husband.
Yes, my husband. Can I please leave?
And I am to trust you. On what good faith? An attempt to talk around us at every turn, interrupting at every turn, constantly back talking at every turn, never ever giving us a chance to speak our minds the entire time we've been interacting, even now. I think this is the most words I've been able to say to you in a straight line the entire time. And yet you want me to take you at your word that you do not mean any harm to us. Someone who just admitted to have lived a life of crime. And you simply want me to let you go. Humility, my friend.
Humility, sure.
It is a skill that does not come easy to some.
Definitely not me.
It is one you should learn.
Give an exaggerated bow. And I'll sit down wherever I'm standing. Wait for him to do whatever he's going to do.
Harlan.
Yes.
You should get out of the mercenary business. It doesn't suit you.
That's the goal.
You see he walks outside of the circle and then glances back at you, seemingly standing in just a black void. Are you coming?
Oh. Sure. He stands up and I'll follow.
The rest of you standing outside in very short order, Harlan comes walking out after you.
Oh, that was fast. Hi.
Sorry. Hello. Sorry.
Before we get to reunions, we flash back inside. Tempard, you find yourself standing in a 20-foot by 20-foot by 20-foot room, all sheer white stone, no doors, windows, anything. A moment pauses. And a circle opens on the wall. A circle of this energy, and stepping through it is the person that greeted you on Onyx back again. Says, "You're not the brightest, are you?"
I have a negative 2 to wisdom. Let's be real here.
You were simply asked to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And you didn't. You didn't even give it a chance.
I'm gonna be real with you. My friends don't really like when I'm honest.
You weren't even clever about what you were doing.
Not at all.
The Zone of Truth spell has weaknesses. It is not infallible by any means.
Yet.
And not only did you decide to try and resist when you were blatantly told of the consequences that would come to you.
To be fair, I didn't hear that part. Just was not paying attention, was thinking about dragon girlfriends.
You should learn to pay attention more.
That's probably true.
And yet you chose to try. And did an awful job of it.
To be fair, it felt really weird, and I was not comfortable with it. It's kind of like when you have wet socks on.
Oh my god.
Tempard, tell me. Do you want to be here? In this room?
Not particularly.
Then why did you choose to be here?
Why
Because
did
that is
I-
what you did. You did choose to be in this room forever. You actively made that choice. Out of what? Some false sense of rebellion? Like, I just don't get you.
Neither do my friends. It's okay.
Your friend Harlan. He
No,
made sense. He was angered. It makes sense that he made the choice. What do you have to hide?
I have issues with authority that I should probably go see the temp therapist for.
You should see a real therapist.
The temp therapist is paid for.
You're paid to be a bard. How does that go?
I feel like you're insulting me now.
Real question, when was the last time you saw a paycheck from the Temp clan? If ever.
So fun thing, it's a multi-level marketing firm. So I need people to sign up underneath me in order to get paid for it. And nobody has signed up underneath me except for one person who just disappeared afterwards. And
That,
probably made no money that I could get my stuff from.
that
about the
answers
night?
the question that I asked. Thank you.
What about the night?
Yeah, that's the one that I never heard anything from after.
You also sent goblin children.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but they didn't.
We're,
Did they
we're
sign
getting
up
off topic.
underneath me?
We're getting
They're
off
also
topic.
children.
This episode's going to drag on forever.
I'm
We got
sorry.
another one of these to record tonight, guys. Let's go.
Oh, it's
Tempard,
fine.
what were you trying to hide?
Well, I pretty much constantly try to hide my insecurities and attachment issues and my feelings of abandonment on a constant basis.
What
So
were
I
you
try to abandon
trying-
my friends before they abandon me, and it doesn't always work out because they always come fighting me again for some reason, even though I'm pretty sure they hate me. This has become a therapy session now, by the way. Congrats.
What question were you afraid of being asked? The only person that tries to stop themselves from having to tell the truth is someone that has a question they don't want to be asked.
I don't want people asking what's in my pants anymore. That's a
That
weird-
is a valid and real issue that has, but I don't think that would stop you would make you be that defiant in the face of someone who is obviously more powerful than any of the people in that room.
I don't know. People are mean sometimes. And he kind of seems mean, and there's. I don't know what you want out of Templar. They're just having a day. They're having issues. Just
They kind of puzzle.
What I want is for you to understand. This is your home. This lovely box. Because you didn't want to answer a question. 3 questions. Do you want to know what those questions were that you were so afraid you were going to be asked?
I get asked a lot of questions by strangers, and they're not always cool, so I try to avoid them.
Do you know who Xerxes is? Do you know who their leader is? And do you want to see them torn apart? The organization, not the people. We're not genocidal. Those were the 3 questions you had to answer.
Okay.
But yet you chose to be here. You chose to willfully resist.
I don't know what you want out of me. Apparently, I'm stuck here now, so like.
I want you to explain. I want you to explain why.
Okay, so. So I was born on February 20th. I'm a human.
If you don't want to answer my question, I will
You
just
asked
leave
why.
and you can stay here. Your life story is not why. You wouldn't want someone to ask you a question. You are avoiding, and I'm getting tired of you avoiding. I am trying to give you a reason to get out of this box, and you are not giving me one.
I feel like just my existence in itself, in and of itself, is kind of a valid reason. But if you went to prod into the entirety of my life story, as long as you have a solid, 3 hours, I'm sure I can tell you about it.
You are blaming you not answering this question on the fact that you were raised in a pyramid scheme and your moms were gone a lot.
I mean, they also kind of abandoned me for their career. Didn't do anything about it when I was 6. So I have a lot of issues with trusting people.
Sure, great. Now you're surrounded by a group of people who, I can honestly tell you because I've been inside of all of their heads, care about you, and they keep proving it.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Okay. You win. You win. I tried. I tried to help you. I tried to get you to tell me why. I tried to get you out of this room. You don't want to cooperate? I will not cooperate. I sincerely, sincerely hope you think about this. And he turns around and he walks out of the circle. The rest of you, almost immediately after Harlan walks out of this building, the half-elven gentleman, Olan, walks out and goes, "Your other friend is quite difficult."
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to assume they're not getting out of the box right now.
I'm going to keep working on it.
Can we get them out of the box? Or if we leave, will you
I
allow
can-
them to leave with us?
I can put you in the box so you can hash it out.
I'm good.
I don't want to go back in there. I'm all right.
I honestly, Harlan, in this current specific situation, I don't think you'd help.
Why
You see,
not?
it seems
Bartos will go in the box.
Tapartos will go in the box. I think all of you going in the box may help. I don't know.
Now, I know we just had a talk about this, but could I give you money to let her out of the box?
Them.
Or-
Them.
Them. Sorry.
You all should go talk to them.
Yes.
And yes, all of you should, because I think that's part of the problem here.
Right.
Because until they give me a straightforward answer of why they refuse to ask or be asked, that isn't wraparounds or life stories or because that's how I do, I can't let them out. And I don't want to keep them in there. That's not my job. I mean, it is my job, but I don't want it to be my job. You understand?
Well, why are they in there?
We require honesty.
Right. And they refuse to give you honesty, and they will not tell you why.
When someone does not follow those rules.
And that is the rules of this place
Correct. Especially right now.
in a time of turmoil. Okay.
We cannot let someone wander these streets or be free to go and report what they found out back of our systems when we don't know what is happening to us. I don't want to keep them here. From what I understand, you need them.
We do. My friend Tapartos is sorry, but he does not remember your name. Will you give it to him one more time?
Olan.
Orlan. Will you please put Tapartos in Tempbard's room and not let Tapartos out until Tempbard is also allowed out? Please.
Shit.
Tempard, for a very brief moment, Tapartos, you don't see this happening, but there is a brief ring that appears in your room, Tempard. And Anuk and Ileana, you can see behind Olan, who has had his arms again folded behind his back the whole time, there's a quick shift in his fingers and a small portal appeared. And Tempard, all you hear is the last sentence that Tapartos said.
You just hear Tempard just go, friendship!
And it closes immediately after that and goes, "Very well, Tapartos." Steps aside, swishes his hand, and a circle opens. Anybody else who wishes to join can. All of you are free to come out whenever you would like to.
While the circle is open, can I just...
The circle doesn't open on your end currently.
That's sad. That's unfortunate.
It's
It's a good thing I
It's
didn't
as
bring
if
so it's just stealth.
it's as if it's meant
One
to
way.
keep people inside of the room. Is anybody else going in with Tapartos?
Anuk will go in.
The two of you, Tapartos and Anuk, walk in. For a very brief moment, the ring opens on the inside of the cell. The two of you walk in, then you find yourselves in the room with Tempard.
Hi, Tempard.
Hello.
How are you? Are you
Sad.
okay? You're sad?
Kinda.
It's been a hell of a day, huh?
It has. Tapartos does want to preface this by saying hello and welcome potentially to the first day of the rest of our lives. I know that sounds harsh, but the Partos must stress how that is where we are. The current situation is that we are technically held captive, held prisoner by a great, incredibly powerful elven arcane civilization. And we are here to, at least Tapartos is, and Tapartos believes Anuk is as well, yes, to help you, Tempard, and to show you, hopefully through merit of our being here and the fact that unless we get through this together and work through these emotional blockages together, of which Tapartos absolutely has many, and which Tapartos knows you likely have many more as well. We cannot leave here, supposedly, for the rest of eternity until we figure this out together. But Tapartos wants you to know that he is willing to stay here until the end of eternity to help you figure this out together, if you are willing to do so. But in this situation and this circumstance, you are the most important person to talk here. So while Tapartos cannot speak for Anuk and wishes Anuk to speak, Tapartos is here to listen. So please talk, if you are willing. We have nothing but time.
Anuk, do you have anything you want to say?
I mean, we talked about it before. You family. But you kind of on a path to self-destruction. And there are times when family and they do not make the changes that they make, or they continue to do the things that they do. Well, sometimes even with family, you just gotta cut the bait and just let it go. Maybe there's something inside you need to cut the bait and let it go. Well, you know, if you do that, you could come back to the family. If not, you know, there's a place here for you, apparently, at least for a few more days.
Yeah. I've got like 22 days left to live. It's kind of upsetting.
You have a very harsh contract you are signed into.
I don't really know what he wants from me.
Tapartos wishes he could tell you what he wants. And Tapartos also wishes that it were benevolent, and yet he knows that due to the fact that he seems to be literally the king of lies and deception, it is not a nice thing. And he is not a nice man or devil or demon or whatever he is. And I know this may be an obvious question, but is that what seems to be plaguing you as of late?
I've got a lot of stuff I gotta work through.
Not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier to do when you're with a family. Especially one that cares about you like we do.
I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it all yet.
Well, you have 26 days. And something tells me the legions of hell will grab you from this mortal earthly coil regardless of their magics that they have here. And I know that is not comforting, but
You got 26 days. I expect that
22.
we 22 days?
Yeah.
Oh,
22.
I
Yeah,
should
we've
know
been
that
flying by
better.
them.
Yeah, but I expect that even then, with all of us together, we could figure something out. But all of our cups, they're gonna go empty filling yours.
That's why I don't want you to have to try to fill mine.
But that's what love is.
And Tempartos thinks the thing that you don't understand is that it's not your decision to make. Your decision on the Temp clan, your decision on your contracts, your decisions on what it is that you do individually, they are yours. And they are not something we can take away from you, but you also cannot take away the decisions that we make to care about and love for the people that we care about and the people we love. And unfortunately for you, you are one of them.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. For you, not necessarily for us, because I know you have stigmas around that. And at this point, if it will help you, and especially if it will help you get out of here, and it will help your immortal soul, Tepartos will pledge this to you. Tepartos understands the agreements of your contract and what it is you are required to do and the full ramifications of what is necessary there. And Tepartos will say, and has no expectation of anybody else saying this or doing this, but Tepartos will say that if we have not figured either a way out of your contract, a way to buy you time, or some way in which we can all together work around what has been signed to you, your fate, the fate of your soul, and the fate of Ivan's soul. Tepartos will write his name to be a part of the Temp clan in order to save you. But you must, in the meantime, work with us. Try with us. Be a part of the family that we are trying to invite you into. And Tepartos understands that you have a very difficult and painful and complicated relationship with family, and that they were taken from you and abandoned you, and you feel abandoned from them. And Tepartos understands why you may not feel as though that is something you can rely on. But Tepartos swears to you, and he's going to take out Orc Splitter, take his hand and cut his palm open until it starts bleeding, and hold it out towards you and say, Tepartos swears to you as a brother in blood through the will of Sylvanas that he will join you as a part of this family through heaven or through hell to see out the end of these days, whatever they will be. However, you are a part of this family, and you must act as a part of this family. If you are unwilling to do so and unwilling to take Tepartos' sacrifice, he understands, but in order to show you the bond, the dedication, and the will to which we are willing to have you be a part of this, this is an oath Tepartos swears in blood. We want you here. We want you with us. We want you as a part of us. And Tepartos is willing to sacrifice his mortal soul to maintain you as a part of us. Will you take that as enough of a beacon of trust in who you are and how important you are to the dynamic that we are creating? Because we are about to do something horrific and dangerous and frightening.
And probably monumentally stupid.
Without a fucking doubt. We are about to take on the ordering.
Besides,
An
we need you to plan our battles for us, yeah?
Yes. We have giants and gods and demons and chaos deities and entities, and especially with the latter, we have nobody else we can rely on who knows that as well as you. Please, please be with us. I know you are hurt. I know you have trauma. I know you are in pain, but let us help you with your healing process because it has been unbelievably apparent you cannot do it alone. And Tepartos has been a part of a very painful healing process, and he could not do it alone. You have hurt us, Tempard. But never once has Tepartos not forgiven you. Because he understands where the hurt comes from. And he wants you to heal with us because we heal each other. And Tepartos, with every vein of his breath, will heal you, but only if you will let him. And if you will not, then Tepartos will stay in this room with you for 22 days. Until both of our souls are taken to hell. And Tepartos has made his choice. But you must make yours.
I don't mean to hurt people.
No, I believe that.
Yes.
I don't mean to do anything wrong. What do I have to say to get out of here? Because I don't really know.
Answered their questions truthfully.
I didn't really get the chance when he asked me.
At
He
this
just kind of
point,
walked out.
Appearing in the corner behind you, arms crossed, just leaning there. I don't think it's my question you have to answer. I think it's Tepartos you have to answer.
We have all dedicated ourselves in one way or another to this new family. Some of us have old family. Anuk has his family on the islands. Lysander has his family back in his forest. Some of us have lost all of ours, and from Tepartos' perspective, you are all that he has left. His family is gone. You spoke with my Mila, as did I. But the thing is that we have all been presented with this higher power and this higher purpose and something we can all fight for and all come to together. I suppose I, as Tepartos, am asking you, are you willing to be a member of this family who you know will look after you in turn, will listen to you in turn. And if you have goals you want to achieve, know that you can depend on us to achieve them with you, to be a force besides just yourself as an individual, to achieve things more powerful than you could ever have. If you will also lend us your help in return. Tepartos wants to know if you will be a part of this family, the way that we have expected of you, but yet have not necessarily seen of you. Will you be a part of this clan? Will you let us help you? Because we deeply want to help you. And in turn, will you help us?
I'll try. I don't know what it's like to really be part of the family because my family has only ever left me, so I kind of feel like that's what families do.
Well, I guess we get to teach you how to be family, yeah?
It's almost like we've got a whole new slate to work with.
Yeah.
And I understand where past traumas come in, but at a certain point, you must let them go. And if we prove again and again and again to you where something is going, eventually you must believe us. Because there's nothing else I can give. I have told you, and I have agreed to you, I am willing to spend eternity here for you, and I, as a cleric to a holy deity, for you, a mortal I met a month ago, am willing to sell my immortal soul to your multi-level marketing conglomerate.
That's not a pyramid scheme.
It is not a pyramid scheme.
Well,
I'm willing to do that for you. I have nothing else to give, and I do not know how else to get you to trust me. And at this point, it must be your decision whether or not you are going to allow kindness and trust into your life. Because at this point, the way you are living, recklessness will find you. Evil is after you, and you may turn into something very powerful and very dangerous.
at this point, directly behind you, Tempards, you can't see it happen. But the two of you facing towards them, the ring appears on the wall.
Well, I can't see it. I can't do shit.
You want to say anything there?
I think it's time to make a choice.
What do you say?
I thought I already answered the question.
Well, say it again out loud, just so we can hear it again.
I will try.
I look in the corner. That good enough?
The door's open, isn't it?
I will sweep them both up into a giant bear hug and walk through the portal.
All of you gather in that same open market space. For those of you outside, it's moments. Moments are passing between all of these things. It's as if Oban was having all of these interactions and being in all these places at once. Walks out, looks at the group of you. So you're going to save the world, huh?
We hope so.
At least we try.
I'd try not to get too big ahead about what I'm doing, but sure.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but as someone who has been far deep into the recesses of your mind recently, I like your odds.
That is comforting, my friend. Thank you.
Stick close to each other. Don't do anything dumb. While inside of our city.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I do.
And please,
Yes.
for my sake, the next time someone asks you, to tell them the truth. And it's a crazy, powerful looking dude sitting at a desk.
I don't think you realize how many weirdly powerful people we've ran into just sitting at a desk.
That's
There's
the
been
problem.
quite a
I have a
few.
faint idea. In general, don't get yourselves purposefully locked in cells. How about that?
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend you're not talking to me, but okay.
I honestly, Harlan, in this exact moment, am talking to every one of these people besides you.
Really? Well, he kind of smiles, like he's quite pleased with that.
With that, I turn you over to the market district for you all to resupply, as it looks like you're in need of some gear. And, be safe.
Maybe a place to stay tonight?
Yes. If you go just on the opposite side of the market square here, you want to do all your shopping in the market square. It's the most variety you're going to find. Everything else is very specialty shops, but they don't really, between you and me, they don't really carry anything you can't find at the variety shops anyways. It's just people pay more for specialty stuff, even though it's the same thing. So, yeah, just stick in this square and you'll be fine. Opposite side of that, find the Lotus. Tell them
Lotus.
Olan sent you, and you'll have a place to stay for the evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Many
Tummel.
thanks for your hospitality.
You're muted, Tummel.
Is there a door to Big Lots here?
You know, I have no idea what that is.
You're right. It belongs to Lot. Just Lot.
Is Lot a big fella?
Uh-huh.
Nope, never heard of it. If you're looking, what kind of shops would you be looking for?
It's a
Magic-
magic item shop.
Magic item shop, probably. That's what all the adventurers and ragabonds and walkabouts are looking for.
A blacksmith, specifically.
I expect we look for armor and weapons and gear.
Go speak to
I point
Vesticule.
I hook a thumb back over to Garagak. Maybe some sundries like flour and some rope and maybe some ball bearings.
Yes. Caltrops.
Go talk to Vesticule.
All right.
He owns a very quaint shop.
Is there any practitioners of the Church of Sylvanus within the city?
Unfortunately not, friend.
So we would not be able to fashion any sort of holy relic of the church in the city.
What do you need? A holy symbol?
Yes.
I'll find you. Now, with all the respect I can muster, leave me to my afternoon.
Thank you for your patience.
I turn and walk away.
You'll turn to go start your shopping. Tempard, as you're walking away, you don't hear the footsteps approaching, but you feel a tap on your shoulder from right behind you. And as you turn, you see Olan is standing there. Would you mind terribly if I looked at that contract that you were so worried about?
Pull it out, and I pull out a pen. I hand him.
I tell you what. Give me a few days to look this over.
I have 22 of them, so
How about
there's more
3?
if you need. Okay, that's fine.
3 days I'll come back and hopefully I'll have a solution for you. Even Asmodeus himself doesn't know just exactly how amazing the Arcanus Magnate can be.
I mean, we gotta wait for a horse.
That sounds promising.
Anuk, you can leave. I'll find you. I've been in your mind. You didn't think I'd left.
Kind of scary place, huh?
Laughs
Never
and
mind.
Is he telling the truth about the mine stuff?
roll an insight check.
Who knows?
I have
With
advantage
advantage, yeah.
because of my ring. Where's insight?
That's with an I. It's right next to investigation.
Okay, one more for advantage. No, a 6 and a 4.
You don't know. Could be,
Yeah.
could not be. You do feel like you've had a slight headache ever since you got here.
Yeah, fair enough.
We've been recording for a while now. We're about to jump into a shopping episode, which is always a very short and concise thing with you people. It always goes very quickly, 10 minutes, one and done.
Lies.
With that in mind, I think that is going to wrap us up for our return to the Prime Material on the Dice That Bind Us, and the first guest episode, bringing in our dear friend Kimber and Harlan Dino. So,
We love him.
we do. Thank you so much, everyone at home, for sticking with us. Thank you so much for supporting the show in every way that you do. It means the world to us. And we will catch you next Wednesday, guys. Have a good
Do
one.
all the YouTube stuff and things.
Yeah,
Subscribe,
do all the
like,
YouTube
rate,
stuff and
Smash
things.
that like button. And
Hit the subscribe button with your clicky button on your fucking mouse and shit. It'll be
find us
fine.
on
I'm
Twitter.
sorry we're so cringy.
I think
Did
we're on
this-
Twitter
We
too.
have a Twitter. Oh, hey, Kimber, where can people find you if they want to see your content?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Find me at Kimber as good as Twitch. Go to twitch.com and
How that worked.
look up Kimber as good as stream. I'll show up. I could probably put a link in the
I can't
YouTube
speak
description.
I can't speak for Krista, but I think we can put a link
Yeah.
or a link
A
in
link
the
in the
YouTube
I'll
description.
put a link to your
Well,
Twitch.
Link them down there.
We'll get you.
Tend to frequently.
Can we do the
that stream.
YouTube thing where I'm like, check here for Kimber's content.
Yeah, check down
Check
below.
here for pictures of Ian as a 4-year-old. Check
Fuck you.
here for- I have those.
Too many
I'll
of those.
I'll fucking throw them. Watch me.
God damn
Watch
it.
me go.
I have a beautiful bowl cut.
Let's get to our break.
Goodbye,
okay?
everyone.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
everybody.
Internet.
Thank you so much.